are fading, we need more. Give us some oil, give us some oil. Our lamps are fading, we need more. And the wise replied, go out and buy oil for yourselves. There may not be enough.
Okay, it's Tuesday of Jesus' last week before his crucifixion. He knows that he has less than 3 days until his agonizing death. On the day before, on Monday, Jesus is in a sour mood. He curses a fig tree that represents Israel, and he cleanses the temple of the merchandisers there. He says, "You've made my father's house a den of thieves." Tuesday isn't much better. Jesus spends the first half of the day butting heads with the scribes and the Pharisees. There's so many different things, controversies over authority, answers to doctrinal controversies, and he rebukes them for their hypocrisy. And then he leaves the temple for the day. He heads to the Mount of Olives, where he continues with his disciples as they look down on Jerusalem. He begins to speak to them about the coming judgment. Well, no wonder he's talking about Jerusalem's overthrow after that quote-unquote terrible Tuesday. Finally, Jesus teaches his own disciples 5 parables. They all highlight a person or a group of people who sin not by doing the forbidden thing. Instead, someone or a group is guilty of failing to do the good and the responsible thing. A homeowner fails to protect his house from a thief. A servant fails to do the simple thing of feeding his fellow servants. 5 foolish virgins fail to buy extra oil in a timely manner. A servant fails to invest the money that he is meant to grow, and a group fails to take care of the needy. We can call these the sins of omission as opposed to the sins of commission. A sin of commission is when the sinner fails to do he does the forbidden thing. He blasphemes, he murders, he commits adultery, he steals. In contrast, the sin of omission occurs when the sinner fails to do the right thing and the good thing. He's not simply off the hook by avoiding forbidden behaviors. He needs to actively participate in God's program. The sin of omission is holding back from Jesus. One of the parables that Jesus tells is about 10 virgins. They're all virgins. Jesus says, "Then the kingdom of God shall be like unto 10 virgins." They have all been faithful to avoid committing premarital sex, the sin of premarital sex. They're all good girls. Nevertheless, Jesus calls 5 of them foolish, and 5 of them were foolish. Well, how could it be that they were foolish when they were so faithful to avoiding, to always being faithful to saying no to premarital sex? I'm going to let you figure that out. I would like to point this out to you, though. They were locked out of the wedding feast. Even though they were perfect, you might say, in avoiding the forbidden, their failure to do something disqualified them. In what way did they fail? And what does it mean to us? That's what we'll talk about at Home Fellowship tonight.